Hi everyone. So this is the last series of video concerning the tornado. So what's due for the end of the last class is this over here. You add this to the rest of the tornado. So it's just one emitter for smoke and one emitter for the lightning. And as you can see, the lightning sort of splashes into smaller particles. What's going on there is the same technique that we used on the spell circle. I went ahead and started to create a material for it. And as you can see, the color is weird, and this is because I was using different channels, messing around to do some tests. And if we check it in Photoshop, you can see that the red channel is this over here, this version. The green channel is like that, and the blue channel is this blurry version of it. So uh, it's up to you how you do the material, but there's a way to use all of these different channels separately to well, to combine them actually to create some interesting an interesting effect. Uh, I will simply just do whatever. I'll just do it. So the first thing we want to do is the opacity. So the reason that this texture has this sharp version of it over here is for the opacity. So if we combine green and blue, we simply have to add them both, and then let's just saturate it. Oops. Now if I plug this inside of my opacity, is it set to translucent? It is. Yeah, it's gonna be slow as usual. Yeah, so we get something like this. As you can see, I'm using the red channel as the emissive color. So what this gives me is something that goes from white to black. But yeah, if I was using this as the opacity as well, wherever it's black would actually be transparent. But what I wanted was to simply have a change of color, not a change of transparency. That's why I'm gonna use both channels. Oh, I can see a detail over here. As you can see, that texture, the red channel is not fit to be the opacity. So I'm just gonna go ahead and plug this back here. All right, so we have this. And something else that could be nice is we've got we've got that channel that is blurry over here that will sort of emphasize the glow of the lightning, and this is the blue channel. So maybe we should add the blue channel here. It's it's giving us some other type of effect. Is that what I want? Let's see. So now we have this. Let's give it a lerp, and we will use two different colors. So whatever was white in here will be the color that we plug in here. You can just hold 5 on your keyboard. I know that's Unity. V. If you hold V while you click, you get this color. So I'm gonna call this one high tone, and I'm gonna set it to something like I don't know, lightning. The lightning is yellow in this tornado, so I'm gonna put this kind of bright lightning. But you know, I'll saturate it a bit more, but I'll just boost this to something like 50. So that will be the high tone, and the lower tone will be just a darker, maybe more reddish color. Now if I save this, whoops, I like this effect, yeah. So if you combine this, you'll have to combine this thing over here with um, what we did for the spell circle. That is to add a noise texture so that as the lightning fades away, it's uh, it's fading faster in certain chunks. The actual technique for this is called alpha dissolve. So you're kind of like dissolving the texture into smaller spots as it fades out, and a combination of this with also the distortion technique that I showed in one of the previous videos that was in actually class 12. There was a video about that showed how to do the UV distortion to have the whole thing wiggle on itself, and I was also explaining there how to use UV distortion, not UV distortion, I mean UV sub UVs, so that you can split each of these into 4 different frames, kind of like what we did in Unity before, texture sheet animations. And so, yeah, so that inside of the particle system, you can choose one random frame for each of them and then get to that sort of result over there. So yeah, that will be that's the explanation for the lightning. It's emitting in a. I'm using a cylinder to control the, the direction and the speed. And I'm gonna make another video concerning the smoke.